world is quiet. Eerily so, it's dark. You just felt that pulse of magic go right through you. And it kind of just sits heavily. Then, all of a sudden, this entire room lights up. All the swirls on the floor, the intricate designs are speckled with glitters of color, of radiance that just shines up like streaks from the floor straight up to the heavens, if you will. The clouds up above, the leaves, the tree. And you can feel swirls of energy around you. You all blink, and Mac, at first you'll see that the world is gray. It becomes grayscale. Balfour, you see this too, as well as Axel. And it's like it's a washed, inked painting, like the textures of paper all around you. It's an interesting look. The color that was brightly there just disappears all in an instant. And then, as quickly as the light came, another step forward, and a gale takes over the space, swirling all around you, pushing you all towards the back of the room, towards the sides, the corners, but not so much that you are sliding across the floor, but you have to actively stand against it. And the whispers start low, and you hear it, and slowly they all start to become shouting as the wind rings through your ears. And it goes, life before death, strength before weakness, journey before destination. Protect those who cannot protect themselves. Protect those you hate so long as it is right. You blink again, and Mac, that is all you know. Axel, this feels familiar. Balfour, very unfamiliar, but you do know the words that are ringing out in the winds. But Axel, you felt this sort of pause in time before. It's different. The power that usually exudes this time feels like you've used detect magic, but every bit of magic that you've ever seen feels like the sun. As if you're standing in the desert and all the mirrors are pointing towards you. It's a lot. It's powerful. Balfour, it is crushing almost. And both of you'll see 9 ethereal figures appear. Most of them indistinct, a haze of humanoid-looking shapes. But one by one, they each kind of start to form. The first one to your north seems to be a feminine form, but she faces away from you. She is in a flowing dress of ruffles, made of light, and a veil that stands, a veil that cascades down from the top of her head down to the floor and disappears out. But she also has 2 sets of fey wings that are folded down and resting as if it were a cape. There's another figure. She seems slim in nature, elven almost. She's in a dress as well. It cascades, but hers look more like the sea foam, the different varying shapes of waves upon the shore. She seems pale, and at this point in time, she's half dark and half light. Not quite all there and kind of there at the same time. You see a familiar face among the group as he starts to stand out. The large hulking form of Zelda Aqua, Axel's guardian friend of some sorts, whatever you want to define that as. And last but not least, the last figure that comes to stand out is a person that looks like a foxfolk. She comes in shades of blue with several tails and an outfit that just doesn't quite match the times. Seems different, seems out of place. something you've never seen before in its wacky design. But her hair is long at this time. Zelda Aqua, he turns and he looks to you, Axel. He gives you a half-hearted smile and he says, "Not right now, but you'll know soon enough." And in a snap, Axel, that is all you know. Balfour, you see these 4 figures in front of you, and as quickly as Axel had been kind of like poofed out, you can kind of still see Axel and Mac right next to you, but they seem kind of more ethereal and ghost-like. They're there and not there at the same time. They are unaware, as if they were still looking where they were last looking before. And the area around you, the tree, it starts to change. The sky, the walls, everything that was above that your feet are not attached to, it turns to a straight inky black. There's nothing. It's like a void, and it goes on for who knows how far. The floor beneath you expands out as if the tree does, but the patterns start to turn and become ticking in nature, like a gear as it slowly shifts and turns. You hear trickling sand somewhere off in the distance. You don't know where, you can't pinpoint it, but you hear it. You hear the ticks of a clock. And you see candles appear. They start to melt, but then reform, some slow, some fast. And all 4 of them that stand here, all 3, the 4th one's not looking at you, look at you. They seem displeased. The one feminine figure, she doesn't speak. The fox folk kind of does a playful bow. She'll smile and be like, "Well, I'll introduce myself. I am a stranger to most, a friend to some, an enemy to everyone at some point, and some can even consider me a gift. Call me destiny, fate, but those who usually make it this far, well, they'll call me darling."
I knew it.
She grins and kind of like sits in the air and folds her legs and looks at you, Balfour. "We don't have much time. There's only a moment here I can pause." And Zelda Aqua will speak up. "You've done something you shouldn't have. But since you have, the divine spark that the architect kind of gave you guys, you got a little bit of leeway going on here, Balfour." And the other feminine figure in the oceany type dress, she'll speak lightly. "Was rather sad of what you did, and knowing all the things that you follow, your oaths, your tenets, life before death, strength before weakness, journey before destination, and all that, you kind of broke it, and your path forward, you have a couple choices if you're willing to hear them out."
I think that Balfour's he's looking back forward and he's troubled that he may have broken these, and he says, "What did I do to break them?"
Well, the flowy dress figure, she'll come down kind of closer to you, and these figures, they seem grand in size. You met Zelda Aqua when he seemed to be maybe like 6 or so feet, but here they seem to be reaching on the 10-foot kind of range. And she'll kind of like come down and kind of like shrink a little bit to be more like 5 foot and a half-ish, and look at you, kind of look around you. Well, Ishal Shanta, he's one of the pillars of the world. He keeps the magic flowing, the memories, the everything kind of in place. And your call sort of caused your friend to take him out. If he goes to the darkness, if he reaches there, then, well, it's not good. But you can rectify this, but you can either live the life you've forsaken and then have the time to learn your ideals, become something new, take the task that he once took, do prophecies and whatnot, learn the world, feel the presence of every being, everything. But if you don't, then Zelda Aqua will kind of like puff up and be like, or you'll be stripped of your connection to the world and its memories, of its magic, of everything that you might hold dear and important.
Balfour says, how much time do I have to decide such a large decision?
The darling, she'll come up from where she is and join the group kind of right in front of you. Starts walking around you. Her pattern almost kind of like in a ticking clock with each step. And then sometimes you'll see her go back. Sometimes you'll see her go a few steps ahead, and always kind of weirdly in and out of your vision at times. You don't have long. Not in your time. You have seconds, maybe. Right now, you've been granted a moment of pause. But we can't be paused forever.
So by Ishil Shanta not attending to his position, does that cause some sort of danger, some sort of rift in the forest?
The feminine figure in the dress, she'll look at you. It will do more than just that. It will cascade problems into the future. His magic kept things in order, and if you let it fall, then the task ahead of what must come to be, then it will not be easy, and it will be a struggle, and your chances dwindle more and more.
So who will take my item to find the new god? Can one of my friends do this?
Zelda Aqua, he'll speak up. Becoming what you are, well, if you choose to become the thing, right? But becoming what he was, what he did, it's a rebirth of sorts. If you'll be able to let it go for certain, but there's a hero somewhere close by that can pick it up, but who it is exactly, well, that is up to your companions to make the decision.
Am I able to perhaps find someone, if I take the position now to make sure things are okay? I owe that if we've made a bad decision and caused this problem. Can I give this job to someone else in the future?
Darling will look at you. Becoming something of what you are into something that you're not in the future, that is up to your heroes in the future to decide, or even your villains in the future to decide. If you wish to give the job to someone else, then, I mean, it's possible, but for one, you need someone with a divine spark, and in your world, there's not much of it. Just saying. You might have this position for a long time. It could be centuries upon centuries. It could be years. Ideally not years, because, your brain is not going to have a great time handling everything. And then go back to mortal. Because you're just not going to have a mortal form anywhere. Anytime soon. Or if ever again.
One thing that I need to know to make my decision.
Hey, listen.
My friend, me. I swore an oath to her. Perhaps the most important oath. To help make her kind free again. Tell me, does becoming the new guardian, or in filling this role, let me help my friend me more?
Darling will kind of give you a half smile. Zelda Aqua will kind of cross his arms. He doesn't look displeased, but it's not like a radiating smile. And the lady to the other side, she looks kind of like a soft mom vibe, right? A soft smile, gentle, kind, caring. Darling will speak up. Your power is what you do with it, and for the sake of good, for the sake of bad, for the sake of the world, for whichever you do is up to you and your choice. There will be limits that only you will know as your job, and only you can figure out. Your one teacher that could have helped you is, not around. And there might be other treants close to the same age that could maybe point you in a good direction, but if you wish to continue helping your friend, it's what you make of it, and what you can do, and what you figure out.
But can I ever leave the forest?
The soft mom, soft lady figure, she'll look at you. You'll be able to, for short periods of time. The center of everything is this tree, and she'll gesture to around the space, but all you see is black darkness and the tree rings of the intricate designs at your feet. The further you get, the less of your power, the less of your strength you'll have. So you can only go so far before you have to return. If there was more magic in the world, perhaps you'd be able to venture out, but right now you're limited.
And I have seconds to decide.
Darling will nod. You have seconds to decide and not much time to do it.
And what happens if I don't take the role? To the forest, to me, to my friends, to the world.
The three of them will look at each other. And Darling, you'll see her disappear for a moment. And it only seems to be a blink before she's back. The results vary, but as much as I can give you, it is grim.
Okay. Then I accept.
Darling will nod, and you will see her disappear. and some of the other figures start to fade out one by one. The ethereal humanoid-like vibes that they were kind of dissipate into like mist dust as it kind of clears out, and you'll see the feminine figure kind of look you over, kind of like get close, kind of give you a small pat on the head, and look at you. You will need the heart of the forest. And very loudly, very clearly from your bag, you hear one heartbeat. It's slow, but you know it. It sounds like a heartbeat. Even it pulses like a heartbeat. And you will need to recite your ideals. You will become something new. It will not be easy. And you must finish reciting all of your ideals. And as she tells you this last bit of warning, she starts to fade away. Zelda Aqua, he points to you and also fades away. The last figure that was at your north, the final one, the one unveiled, her dress sparkles as the cascades of ruffles start to glitter, and she kind of disappears like a bubble pop. And the world is in color once more. Everyone blinks, and here we are. And this is you. Here you are. And you feel the ground shake below you. Balfour, what do you do?
So we're back, like, in real vision. Things are, like, crumbling. My friends are in front of me. Everyone's kind of freaking out or wondering what's going on.
The ground is rumbling. Everyone's blinked back. Nothing's crumbling yet.
Okay, I'm looking around and I'll say, guys, I know that you can do this. And I'll shout, life before death, strength before weakness, journey before destination.
All right, Devin, could you make me a con save?
All right. That's a 12.
You feel this orb in your hands, the pulsing of this heart, and you feel it cling to your hands. It's like sapping away at your strength, at your being, your entirety of everything, and it's not a pleasant feeling. It's not like you're being stabbed, but it's like a hot potato that you should probably let go soon.
I quickly say, I will protect those who cannot protect themselves.
Another con save, please.
That's a 9.
Yeah, it's really hot. It's the hottest potato that you want to let go. Your entire being is telling you to let go of this thing, and you can either make a wisdom save to keep holding on, or let go.
Well, you know I gotta make a wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I get a proficiency at least in it. You know what? That is a 23.
Yeah, you keep holding on. You know it hurts, but you know that for your friends to be successful and what's to happen next, you have to keep going. What do you do next, Balfour?
I will protect those I hate, so long as it is right.
Another con save, please. But you may do so at advantage with that, 22? It was above 20, I remember that.
Yep, so it's 11 for the first one, and a crit for the second.
Oh, you hold on. It feels like a pulse of magic goes through your entire being. It hurts, but also it feels empowering at the same time. It's a bit of both happening, and it feels like the heartbeat of this object beats along with yours.
I look around and I see Mac and Axel and me, and I know that I'm about to leave them. And this last thing I say as some tears run down, I accept that there will be those I cannot protect.
With your natural 20, you'll get to keep it for this round. And as that happens, the world bursts with light. And it first bright and white, and then turns into shades of emerald green, and it takes over the area and sparkles. And you can vaguely hear your friends calling out for you as the world turns to white for you. It's like white noise, that little ring in the ear that settles out into nothing. And Balfour, your figure falls to the ground. And that is all you know for right now. Because this is where you step out, Devin.
And cry all the way.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll continue the rest in a bit. Any last words, Devin?
Hey everybody, it's me, Devin. You know me, you love me. So, stepping away from the podcast for a while. I don't know, maybe it's indefinitely, who knows? Life is tough, got a new job, moved to a new place, got a lot of new stuff going on in life, and just makes it hard to schedule with my dear friends who are consistent and on time. And I don't want to bring down the schedule and the recording times and things. So thought it was just best for me to step back. This season has been a very, very fun season. Yeah, that's all I got. I'm still going to be floating around Discord. I still exist as a person in every other facet. Dad jokes will still be in my like if you need your dad jokes, I'm there.
Excellent. But yeah, thanks for joining us, Devin. It's been fun.
All right, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your episode.
Okay.
Hey everybody, it's your sweet and sour Uncle Shainsaw here, interrupting the show for a minute to tell you about my new book. Blair County is a cute little book, packed to the brim with charm. Cal is a farmer from the idyllic small rural community of Blair County. When his father passes away, he is forced to return home from college in the big city to take over the care of his family farm. He struggles to get by, but he is content to fill his days with the ease and comfort of his friends and neighbors. However, peace can't always last, and the change of the seasons brings with it those with wicked hearts who look upon the magical energy running beneath the sleepy town with hungry eyes. It's a classic tale of a town banding together to protect their homes from harm. With plenty of magical charm, action, a love triangle, twists, and more, I guarantee this book has a little something for everybody. So come on in, take a load off, and enjoy a little slice of Blair County with me. Available for purchase now on Amazon.com or read for free with Kindle Unlimited. Link in the description. Now, back to the show.
And welcome back, everyone. You both, Axel and Mac, a bright light just appeared. It was crazy and wild, magic swirling all around you. It pushed you away when you tried to get towards Balfour as you watched him and listened to him yell, and magic consume him. The bright light that just phased through the entire tree, that crawled up in all of the rings and designs and crystals, took over, and both of you will level up to level 5 as you feel a surge of magic enter into your soul, wherever you feel magic go. And
not my soul.
It's a nickname for
you
something.
hear a thunk on the ground. You see it in front of you. It's Balfour. But I'm going to need a dex save to know how far that magic pushed you.
All right.
And a 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3. Nope. Come on, Rick.
That's not great.
No, 1,
9.
The 2. Why is this happening? I was like, sorry, gang. I click on my dex save and it just tells me what a dex save is, and I'm like, I know what a dex save is. Roll it, coward.
Just press the numbers next to it.
Bro, I'm pressing the number. It's +3.
Oh.
I'm pressing it.
Sometimes
Let me try to
D&D
refresh
Beyond
it.
glitches, so
try to refresh it.
refresh.
It's okay, Shane. We've been using the software for 5 years. I get it.
Dude, it's not me, dude. I refreshed it. It's still doing it. Hold on a second.
There's nothing better than having a shit-eating grin, asking questions. I know this
Okay,
shit.
well here we go. We're gonna allow Shainsaw to use real actual dice, and if he's just
I've
doing
been doing
really
so good with digital
rolls-
ones. Okay, let me.
Oh, that's
Now I
amazing.
gotta find the D20. Oh, I didn't have to look hard.
I was going to say, your desk.
It's like,
here we
how do
go.
you not
Under
have
your
20?
heel,
Oh
like-
god, this will bring you back to the old crunchy D20 on wood audio. We love this.
Mm-hmm.
It's an 18 plus 3 is 21.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I'm good at rolling down. I did the exact same technique. I was like, you got to put back English on it. You got to roll it off your pinky. And it's an 18. I feel good. You know what? This is the way it was meant to be.
I agree.
So, Axel, you managed to keep your footing where you are. You're used to magic and its entirety. Yes, this is a lot, but you know how to channel it really well.
Kind of positioned myself where it's less powerful.
Yes. Mac, on the other hand, you get pushed all the way to the wall. You don't take any damage. You didn't roll low enough for that. But you definitely slid all the way towards the table that Balfour tried hitting earlier. You can also see the lyre also hit, as well as the little pointy curved stick thing also hit the wall. But Balfour lays there in the center of the room.
Yeah, I closed the distance between us.
As you go to check it out, it's very apparent that he is not moving. And you go to touch him, and his skin feels rougher. And could you roll me a perception?
Yeah, I'd love to. And I got to roll it with my freaking hand like an idiot. Now I have to put my character sheet back up, see what my modifier is.
Or if you're investigating his body, you can use investigation, or if you're trying to do medicine type thing, you can use medicine.
Yeah, I'm trying to see obviously what his status is. So I would probably lean into medicine on this.
Okay.
Give me just one moment. Reflections, my campaign. I rolled a 6.
Cool.
In D&D Beyond, like a big boy.
As you look Balfour over, try to get a gauge. Some things are very obvious. That orb from earlier is definitely in his chest. Like, his skin is kind of like... his skin is consuming it kind of like Iron Man style. Right?
Got it.
It's got a very...
This is proof that Balfour the Luxodon had a heart.
Yeah. It's... You can see the glow that it had before. It's very dim and it beats. Very easy to see with your 6. Otherwise, the other thing that's kind of a weird, that's easy enough to see, is that, like, the rings of the tree from the floor are kind of, like, actively crawling from the ground up his skin, kind of the way roots kind of move about. That is actively happening.
I'm gonna just quickly grab his trunk, and rather than hold my glasses up to his nose, I'm gonna grab his trunk and I'm gonna hold it up to my glasses to see if he's breathing.
Your glasses do not fog.
Okay.
They do not fog up.
Got it.
And as you move his trunk...
Mac's gonna get up and head over there.
Yeah. You get up. You both see the ribbon that he had tied around his trunk, because I believe that's where he put it. I asked him, he said his arm, and I was listening to the podcast the other day, and it was around his trunk. I was like, bitch, it's around your trunk. You see that ribbon.
He moves it around on short rests. He doesn't tell you.
It starts to uncurl and then float down to the ground. You both see it, especially when you come up, Mac. It's easy from that point where there's the orb. A little tree sprout starts to come out, like a little twig and a leaf comes from that point. And you see me. She has been tossed to the ground, a little bit a ways from Balfour, because it's. Oh wait, no, she was with Mac. She's with Mac. She was tossed to the wall.
Well, if that's the case, I assume before I would check on her before I walked over to Balfour. I didn't realize she got painted against the wall with me.
Yeah.
She okay?
She looks like she's had a rough and tumble.
Is she okay, Avon?
She is. Ouchies.
I hold her face up to my eye. Do I feel air?
Yeah, she's awake. She's awake. She's looking over like, what happened?
Hey, how are you doing? You feeling better?
No, yes. I heard, but he's on the ground. What's happened?
You're speaking. Well, hold on. Axel.
Yes.
What's going on? That looks like creepy magic.
Maybe you take me and you go in the other room for a minute.
Sure. Come on, me. Go into another room with me.
There aren't rooms.
There aren't rooms in here. There's up the stairs. There's the up the stairs, and as you start moving that way, easily with your passive, Mac, you'll notice it a lot sooner than Axel. It's dark in here, right? And the glows from the crystals from before.
I, for a second, thought that was my observation. It's dark in here. Fuck!
Yeah, you guys can still, see, it's still noon
We have
outside.
a light system in place. It might be Titania.
Yes, we do.
Is glowing. Somebody has the light spell on them.
I can also make
Balfour.
cantrips or fire.
Balfour's dead.
I cast light on Titania.
Yeah, you have light on Titania, and it's still that bright dim from your light source, but outside of that, it's still eerie, uncomfortable. The crystals that were fading in and out earlier are in a very subtle heartbeat pattern, glowing, but it's... When you think of a slider, think somewhere between 0 and 10%. It's barely
I
there.
imagined a tiny hamburger.
Not that kind of slider,
But I'm
yeah.
with you now. I was like, where's she going with Tiny Hamburger? I'm imagining it, and
Anybody
I'd
else
love a
hungry?
crave case.
Nah, 0 to 101.
Got it.
And as you start to take the stairs up to the next landing to go up to the area that's kind of overseeing everything above, in that direction, Mac, because your passive is stupidly high at this point,
It is.
you hear the crunching of leaves.
Someone's approaching?
From up there, yeah, there's a crunch up there. There's several crunches. However,
Well, I gotta get out of this room, so I'll keep going towards the crunching.
yeah, you start to head up the stairs, but other things start to happen at the same time.
Sure.
Through the corner of your eye, Mac, and I think Axel, your passive. I gotta make sure on it. Or if you know it, let me know.
13 perhaps?
Oh,
12.
13 will pick it up. 12 just
Does
barely.
it 12
but-
though?
Yeah.
I was like, dang, it matters.
12 just barely. That little pointed stick that had hit the wall kind of like sparks a little bit with kind of like a sparkler, but not as if it was constantly on, just like the flame kind of sucked and it's just lighting up a little bit every so often. And the lyre has a few strings that get plucked. And it goes ba 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 ba. Kind of slow. Kind of low.
So there's a pointy stick shooting sparkles.
Mm-hmm.
There's a self-playing lute.
Mm-hmm.
There's my friend Balfour. He has a green orb sticking out of his chest, beating like a heartbeat. It is being slowly consumed by the earth.
Yes, by the tree.
By the tree.
He's maybe about like 1/8 covered in like roots that are trying to like go over his body right now.
I'll close his eyes and I'll take one of the earrings that like his people use to like pass down memories or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take it from his trunk where he keeps them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll pocket that and then I'll turn around, grab both magical sticks and make my way up.
Yeah. You go over to the wall and pick it up, and Mac, you're about halfway up this staircase landing. You can tell that there's tiny stairs that go up to like a bigger one, since like each landing seemed to be meant for the big creature that lived here before. And there's tiny stairs that were in consideration for smaller beings to get to each landing. When you get about halfway, you guys hear the cawing of a raven. A lot of squawking as a little friend appears at the big main doorway to your south. And you see that little girl again, assuming you look towards the cacaws of the bird.
Oh, I sure do.
Mac, you are halfway up the stairs. That is about 10 feet up from the ground.
Excellent.
Axel, you're like halfway to the stair area. And down below about 60 feet away from you, since I feel like it is relevant for a caster to know the space, is where they are at the door.
You're saying 60 feet from me?
Yes, as you're heading
Okay.
towards the stairs, which are
Do I
about...
have line of sight?
Yes, it's a big kind of open round room in here.
Okay, so like circular staircase going around the outside leading up.
Yeah.
Got it.
And you see that little girl.
So is this little girl, is she at the top of the stairs from me?
So your entrance down to your south.
Because it's
is where,
curling?
no, whatever's happening upstairs is happening upstairs. The other thing where the little girl and the cawing is happening to your south.
So the south in the room, not south down the stairs.
Yeah, south in the room, where you guys entered in first. Otherwise, the thing you're heading
Well,
towards...
if I see the little freaky girl, I'm going to start heading towards her.
Yep, back down the stairs again.
Nope.
But
These motherfucking stairs.
very slowly around her, you see, like, she's floating about 5 feet up in the air, and she carries that sword with the weird black goop that kind of drips from it. Her eyes still kind of blindfolded. Her hair a mess, her clothes dingy. And this little bird, you see shadows. It seems to be like in a shadow cage. But slowly, as you approach and look over, the shadows that hold the girl seem to take form. Kind of like a ethereal, dark being. Barely any arms. It kind of looks like it's cage-like, but there definitely is a head and no limbs, really, so to speak. And Mac, you know. No rolling needed. You know this is a warden problem. Those are shadows from the Underdark, where you fight. These things are terrifying. You know that they steal your strength, and it's not great when there are too many of them. And right now you see 2 of them holding this bird in a cage with this little girl. And slowly, behind her, coming up the stairs, kind of just floating on in, comes 2. And another 2.
So there's 6 of these bitches right now?
There's 6 of these bitches right now.
Okay, so I'm heading towards Axel at this point. Like circling around, trying to get some space. I'm getting in between Axel and them. Axel? Those guys are pretty bad news bears.
Should we bail?
Listen, I don't know what this little girl has to say, but I'm not fighting 6 of those motherfuckers alone.
I'll fight with you.
Oh,
And
this is
Titania,
better.
there's 3 of us. And me, that's 4.
And me, that's 4. Don't forget my little pet. Hello,
Yes.
dear.
There's so many of us. You're outnumbered.
I mean, like, what?
We've got you surrounded.
The tiniest little fucking pets we spread around. You're also around, like, fucking.
Mia is with you, Mac, and she kind of like lightly pulls on your sleeve, like a very unsure. And the little girl,
No, it's fine. It's fine.
she'll me like I don't know about this.
I've lost too many heroes, and we don't know what happened to Balfour. We leave. We're going. I'm keeping you safe.
Sure, but I feel like we should just talk to the crazy lady.
Okay, talk to her.
Perfect. Hey, little girl.
Hi. Well,
Hi. What you doing?
Well, I was asking you a question. I was just kind of waiting. Did you get the Guardian? I need them.
Sure did.
Yeah. Where's
I'm pretty sure.
Well, I know it's not that little fairy. I need the one from the grove so I can get into the. I need their power. And.
What did you need that power for? Just one more time.
Well, Mama needs it.
You know what? I remember this now all of a sudden. And I turn and look at Axel. You know, I was thinking.
Yeah.
And I approach Axel. And I'm going to whisper in the attempt that this celestial being or demon or fae cannot hear me. I'm pretty sure we should fucking run.
And two things kind of happen at once, right? So let me finish explaining. As you turn to look back at Axel, because you went to go be between them and get close, at the corner of your eye, as you see on the stairs, there are growls. As you see wolves snarling, slowly approach with their eyes fixated on you guys. Especially you, Mac. And the little girl, she, from your north, right? And the little girl's at your south. With all these shadow beings, she points to Balfour. I'm like, oh, is that ribbon for me? Oh, there's magic coming from it. Can I have it? Is that mine? Is that a gift? Is this my party? Oh, this is our forever party, isn't it? We're gonna be best friends now, right?
Oh, the only problem is, it's exactly what you think it is. Everything's gonna be super cool, but you have ruined the surprise! If you turn back around, give us 5 minutes to get everything ready, and then you come back in.
Oh.
And pretend to be surprised.
Avon needs to roll to make sure she would be doing it.
You know what? I have an even better idea for this surprise party.
Oh.
I'm gonna cast Fog Cloud on the center of them, and then I'm gonna book it the opposite direction.
Okay, the opposite direction is either up the stairs towards the wolves.
Wolves it is. They're not nearly as scary as this
Can you remind us which way would be forward for us? Because we came from a direction. Which way would be forward progress for us if we went that way?
Really, you have so many directions you can pick from. So what you do know, you came from where the little girl is entering. That is where you entered the room. Upstairs, you have no idea what's up there, but the wolves somehow got in. There is a direction there. You also know that the fountain leads to
ladder for wolves.
There's the fountain
Staircase for wolves.
Is a waterfall.
Okay.
So that could potentially be your other way out, but you do have a bit of a drop in water, and you have to climb through the fountain and hope that they don't get to you in that time. What do you do?
Yeah, Mac's going up the stairs towards the wolves.
Okay, we're going to go into narrative combat.
Got it.
You guys are instigating, so I will allow you first.
What I'll do is, so if just want to double check I have this right. So the way up the stairs is blocked by a pack of wolves. The way that we came from behind us effectively is the little girl has followed us in with how many shadow creatures?
There are 6 shadow creatures. You don't know anything about the raven they have captive, plus her, which you assume to know as a ghost.
What's the sitch with the raven? It's in a cage?
It's in a cage held by 2 ghosts.
In a cage held by 2 ghosts. Are ghosts different from the shadow figures?
Oh, sorry, shadow figures. Sorry, they are shadow figures. They're not ghosts.
No, good. Yeah, no, good question on both sides.
Okay. So 2 of them are holding the cage. Then there are 4 more that are free, and then there's the little girl.
So 2 of them
that's behind us.
Are the cage. Like they're holding the cage as in their shadows form around the bird as if they are a cage. It's kind of like wispy.
Oh, interesting.
Turning in and out.
So there's 4 shadows and then 2 shadows that are basically an APC. Got it.
This puts us in the very, 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 very rare opportunity where normally you see like, oh, there's a cage over there. I wish I could just magic missile it, but you can't because it's not a creature, and I learned that recently in this podcast.
It is
but
a creature.
This cage is creatures. So
You
that's
also just dropped a
option.
fog cloud on them, right?
Yeah, I did drop
so
Fog Cloud.
Oh,
Yep.
okay, so I can't see any of them.
You cannot see them. Not for 1 whole minute as I book it up the stairs.
Got it. So we're gonna need. Okay. So here's what I'd like to do. I'd like to use my turn to try to magically subdue the wolves. I'd like to magically subdue the wolves, please.
How are you trying to do that?
Here's what I guess we'll cut to the quick of it, which is I'd like to up the ante pre-roll to try and see if I can get a high impact of casting the sleep spell, burning that for a heroic action. Is what I'd like to do to try to sleep the wolves.
Okay, you want to do your upcast of sleep and spend that in character thingy. That would be mind because it's magic, right? I believe.
Correct.
I believe it would have a high impact because they are wolves. You are upcasting your sleep magic, trying to be heroic. Trying to remember if there's anything else that I need to. Do I list the bad thing, or is the bad thing the thing that happens?
No. So what'll happen is then I'll roll my d6, and we'll determine if I succeed, if I fail, or if I succeed with the cost.
Okay.
So let me do that now. I got a 6 on the die, so that's a crit. So 6 plus 2 for 8. So it will have, so I succeed, and it's even better than I could have hoped for.
So you see the wolves coming down the stairs as the group of you try to go up. You see them about to make a pounce at Mac, and you cast your sleep spell. The pages of your book coming out and dizzying them as they jump off the edge. They become
really comfortable sleep masks.
They become blinding, comfortable sleep masks as they jump and actually take some damage and fall off the stairs. They overestimated their jump as they leap over you towards the bottom landing. The whole pack doing such a thing, falling in their place. As you guys run on past. Then I believe it's my turn as your foe. Because it's friend, foe.
Yep.
They're all stuck in a cloud of fog. And sometimes you think you know your things fast enough, but you don't.
I get that.
They're all stuck in a cloud right now. And you hear the little girl say, "Well, that's not a nice surprise. I don't like that. Go get him." And
just keep closing your eyes.
Count to 100.
You see from this cloud, like the shadows and the little girl come out. There's nothing stopping them, right? She can fly right through it. The little
that's the unfortunate part.
Yeah, the little shadows, they can all make it out. It's like a 20-foot radius, yeah?
It's not much.
They all have the movement, and she goes like center room above Balfour as like the little goops and gobs come over, and I think because what she wants to do is a mind thing, I roll my d6 to try and spook you guys.
I fear nothing.
I also got a 6.
Nice.
I fear everything.
You fear everything as this darkness radiates from her, and you consider yourself frightened, scared. Your worst nightmares appear from her as her cute as in quotes, childlike appearance like turns demonic in a way. Something only your imagination can spin up with horrors. As she roars and the little ghostly things try to close the distance between everyone. As you guys go up the stairs. Mac.
So we're trying to go up the stairs, albeit tripping and stumbling in our fearful state.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what does the doorway outside look like?
From what you see, when you get up to the top of this landing, because you have the movement speed to get there, up top you can see the leaves in which the wolves were crunching on. It looks like a bed, perhaps giant in nature, but all piled up. But then behind
the doorway, how large would we say the doorway is?
The doorway is as large as a being. It looks like the being that lived here. It's about 20 feet wide by like 30, 40 feet tall. However, when you look out that way, you just kind of see like a platform. Maybe safe to assume that there's stairs going down, but that platform looks like a mushroom. Like the top of a mushroom, it's got a little bit of curve to it.
You thinking what I'm thinking? Aim for the bushes.
Yeah, 100%. Run and jump. I hope there's something to land on.
I would need a body, I believe, if you're just gonna just blindly go.
I don't know what I'm gonna see, but that is the plan. But how I react to that, it really depends on what's on the other side of this threshold. But
when you get to the other side of the threshold, you see mushrooms, and you see them kind of like of varying heights, kind of stair-stepping downwards. It's definitely a jump from each one to each one, or a bit of a climb.
Oh, 100%. I'm just fuck it. Let's go. Body. I'm jumping. I'm Marioing my way out of this bitch. Mm-hmm. And Sora is just like flapping right behind me, with me tucked in my armor. Huh? I don't know what her bag is. She had so much room on Balfour. I don't have the same luxury.
Yeah. She's trying to keep up. She's like holding on and like fluttering as fast as she can.
I love it. All right, so body. Let's do that. Did you guys know that somebody I know who I love very much actually went ahead and did the hard work for us, so all I have to do is go down here and select body roll. And it's not great. It's a 3.
I believe
y'all
3 is success
sixes.
at a cost.
Yeah.
I forgot to list the impact. You would be able to make it down the stairs kind of vibe.
Yeah, I got that.
In this scenario, that could be very high impact.
I agree.
In that kind of area, it would have been high impact. That's easy enough. However, a success at a cost. You notice the mushrooms are a little bit slimy, so you're more likely you're slowed down, so you don't trip and fall and break an ankle, which does give way for your enemies to probably catch up. But it's either roll an ankle and break your leg, possibly, or be able to keep moving after you make it to the ground. But you do get down to the ground. You see this forest, this area out here is wild, right? There are roots everywhere. They crisscross, they braid, intertwine, some of them like walls, some of them you have to climb under, some of them over, some of them spots where if you had Balfour with you, you would not be able to squeeze in. This is kind of almost a find your own path to get through this area. Probably this way isn't used very often, is what you can conclude. Your enemies, on the other hand, are moving to catch up. And those fuckers are not impeded by legs.
Reality? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking jealous.
Let's see. 5 plus their body. Yeah, they can they can catch up. It does not look like they can you can outrun them, but at the cost is they're
good.
It does not look like they're going to be able to get you this round, and the little shadowy guys that were holding onto the bird aren't anymore, and that bird seems to be free and heading your direction. As that little liar.
Like menacingly?
No. It just looks like trying to get your direction, right? You have the lyre and the sparky stick in your hands. I think Mac.
Oh, no, I do not know. Axel has those.
Axel has them, sorry. I was looking at Dwayne and I was like, no. And at a cost for the bad guys, they get the bird loose. Which makes me feel like I need to give you the benefit of whoever that bird is. And
no, that's okay, because I have a thing. Like, you don't have to give that away. You'll take half of my action.
Well, no, because it's at a cost for them, right? Like, they get to you. Their goal was to get to you, but they lose her, and she kind of comes diving in to try and take the lyre. Whether or not you let her have it, that's a different thing, but that is a thing you get to know. Your turn. Axel, I think.
If a bird had fingers, could it play the lyre? I feel like Devin would say that. I'm here for him. His spirit came to me in that moment. I am still up on top of the stairs.
God rest his soul.
R.I.P. I'm still on top of the stairs. Where's the little girl position? Because she's not chasing after. Where is she?
She's kind of chasing after, but like in the way of she's floating up the middle of the room to like look at you guys. Like I think the next villain turn is her movement. But you see her.
While still continuing to go up the stairs, I would like to try to draw as much of attention to me as possible. That's what I'd like to do for my turn. I want to go... you don't want him. I'm the most fun friend. Look at all the fun things I do. Look at me. And I'll produce obviously the disco disc. The most fun thing anybody has ever seen in their entire life.
I think knowing her, that's going to be a medium impact.
Okay. Yeah, I'll. I think I can risk it for the biscuit on a medium. Dang, it's tough because I have like two ideas going through my head at the same time.
Wow.
I'm really not even equipped to do one. Yeah, I'll disco disc and try to get her attention, and I will roll. I would say that's maybe heart.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like performance.
Yeah, it's like, you know,
performance
I'm
based on magic. Yeah.
Oh, that's the one I'm bad at. Hooray for me. I got another 6 though, so it's fine.
You do get her attention.
And again, I would like to be especially on a 6. I'd like to be trying to move away so that, like, while I'm trying to get her attention, I'm also like, it would take her more than a turn to get to me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm putting distance, but I'm like, look how cool I am up here. You're missing out on the cool party.
Yeah.
It's your boy.
It's your boy.
Yeah. So she looks to you as you try to get the attention, and she points her little creepy sword at you. I was like, I can stay and play and make you a forever friend first, if that's what you want.
That'd be the smart thing to do since I'm so cool.
And she'll kind of just smile. And because it's faux. And then because I'm faux, I have to like iterate whether or not the thing they do is high impact or low impact, right? But I know you're a wizard.
All campaign long.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
All campaign long, and his DC is usually small, and she's got a little sword that does magical, scary things. So I guess she's gonna try and hit you with the sword and come join you, Axel. That's another 5 on the die. I'm rolling well today. And she has a +1, which would be succeeding at no cost. So she comes in, and it's deranged in the sense of this looks like fun to her, right? She doesn't think she's hurting you, Axel.
Cool, she's Toga from My Hero. I love you!
She just wants a forever friend, and
So creepy.
She goes in with her sword, and you feel this magic start to pull and drain at you. It hurts. It hurts a lot. You're not sure what it does, but you know it's not good. You know the feeling of an ickiness starting to seep in. It looks like this black ooze is going through your being, as it kind of like takes that mark that looks like that you've seen before on Maeve, and you stand here at a standstill for a moment. Mac, you're running.
Do I still see these shadows? Are they past him towards me? And he's just fucking around with the girl?
Yeah. Okay. You see these shadows, they're coming up on you. They haven't gotten to you yet. And they maybe can catch up, maybe you can outrun them. But
yeah, well,
what are you gonna do?
Outrunning these motherfuckers who can fly. Okay, so I imagine they're coming down, like, descending upon me. Is that correct? Like, because I went down mushrooms?
Yeah. So it's kind of like,
and
more like a slithering...
It's like 2x2, 3x3? They like a V shape? What are we doing
kind of like a 2x2 V shape. They're like slithering down the mushrooms, kind of like following the shadows. But you can definitely see them kind of like go through the ground.
So here's what I would like to do with my turn, because these are more narrative focused. I would like to, one, send Sora as an initial slow down distraction towards them. Even if Sora has to go bye-bye, she's a magical being, I'll bring her back. But my goal is to like gather them up, and while she's trying to get as many as possible into one area, I'm gonna pull out from my satchel the Meadow Keep. Hold on. Stand by. The Meadow Keep bottle of mead that I have. Yeah. That it already has like fabric shoved in the top of it from the last time I threatened to do this. And I'm gonna take said bottle, and what I would like to do. Let me rephrase what I'd like to do. I'd like to chuck that bottle directly where I'm gathering them up, and as that bottle soars through the air, I want to cast Create Bonfire where it's going to land to basically make a fucking, what are they called? Molotov cocktail?
Yeah.
Yeah, out of the Meadow Keep mead that I've been holding on to.
Okay.
That was really strong.
Yeah. It will have high impact, right? Out here, everything's
That's the
dead.
plan.
Things are dying, a lot of dry grasses. You light things on fire, you're going to light up the entire area.
Yes. Yes.
That
Mac
is your high.
Is excited.
you might be able to stave off the ghost from following you with all the light that you will create.
Mac is over this fucking place, so let's burn it down. Okay. So I need to, what would you say that would be? Because I would lean towards body just because there's throwing and casting. It's more of a strenuous effort than it is like mind or heart, because it's not necessarily.
I would agree with the body. It's a lot of physical actions, a lot of like quick spell throwings, all in one go things.
All right, so let's see what we got. Oh, that's a perfect 6 for an 8.
Excellent. This bottle explodes. Fire rains down from the sky as it starts catching all the grasses and trees and branches and limbs on fire, and it's not controlled. It's very easy to predict that this is going to turn into a wildfire, but you can outrun it and block the shadows from following you so far.
Here's the problem. I can't run too far because I've got to see Axel on his way out. If I don't see that, that's problematic for Mac. So I can't say that I continue to run. I'm happy with my progress, though.
Okay. Enemy's turn, and this one will be shadows, because I did the girl last. Can't really do much. But really just spread out.
They could, hear me out, they could just burn. They don't have to move. They don't have to react. They could just burn.
Actually, I deserve this.
Yeah, just like, oh, we should have, like, people wouldn't throw things at us if we weren't doing evil things,
I'm obviously not the ghost of a cool guy.
I want to see what they do.
I love that Avon's half taking me seriously. Like, you're so kind. I'm fucking full of shit.
Really, they need to get away from it. They'll have to go back upwards. It does not look great for Axel. Because they have to go back upwards. It's a body thing. They're running away. It probably... I don't know, low impact? They just need to get away and out.
Sure. Cowards!
Oh my god. That's another 6. They do get away. I was hoping they would fail, but but they slither back into the darkness of the tree as the fire starts to move around. Trying to make decisions because I know what we're trying to do today. Axel, you feel this weapon in your being. It's your turn. What are you trying to do?
I want to jump from the stairs, immediately Misty step safely down to the ground, where Balfour's ribbon was. I want to scoop up the ribbon and I want to run towards Mac.
If you jump off the stairs into the middle of the room and run towards Mac, you have to go back up the stairs to go back to the mushrooms. This would be very difficult to do. Especially, you have to get yourself off the sword, back down for the ribbon.
Oh, I'm being impaled currently.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I guess I thought Mac jumped down.
I did, but on the other side. So, like, we ran up a staircase. I jumped basically outside of the building down to Mario's mushrooms.
Yes.
So I'm on like a third floor above that now?
Yes. If you want a map, I'll get you a map.
No, I'm just trying to conceptualize it.
Yeah,
the way I imagine that, you're at the top of a staircase and you're looking down at inside, and then the other option is to kind of go over and then outside. So you can't really see what's going on outside because I couldn't see what I was getting into, right? I had to just kind of like have a leap of faith. Just the way it's like the way what you can see. Did I do that right?
Got you.
Because you'll turn around and you'll see like the door opening outside, where you do see flames start to form and some mushrooms. Otherwise, inside's the little girl and a set of stairs, and outside is a set of mushroom stairs and fire. So you can go back down for Balfour. Down. It's a bit of a drop, but you know there are things you can grab to make sure.
No, my plan was I had like a different conceptualization of the battlefield. So my goal was to get all 3 magic items together and give them to the girl so that a piano fell on her.
Oh, that's actually pretty good.
But I realize how it's going to be trickier to do that now, based on where I've positioned myself.
Well, and being impaled in general does cause some problems. You're gonna have to misty step out of that one first, I think. Or like pull. Oh man, I'm gonna make. Never mind.
I mean, I'm not like grappled.
I was just about to describe that.
My movement isn't impacted by me being stabbed.
Oh, I know. I get that. I just mean more thematically.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me think.
The idea of Axel pulling himself off of someone's blade.
He's just like grossed out by ew.
Ew! Oh! Don't get it on my books.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lean forward on the blade. I'm going to pull the little girl into a hug, and I'm going to cast slow.
Okay. Yeah. You'll be your mind with your magic.
My intent obviously being ha 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 ha. You're stuck here with me.
She is a ghost.
I mean, I don't actually need to.
I will allow high impact. I like the visual. I'll let you know how it plays out if you get it.
Sick. That's another nat 6. I've rolled 3 for 3.
Yeah, we're doing really well.
And it's not because I'm cheating. There's a historical record of it. 666 all night. So yeah.
You go to hug this girl, and your arms go right through as you start casting the spell, and the paper starts going around her form as if to catch around her, as if to slow her movement, to be an ethereal barrier of some sort. And you can actually tell that she's not solid at all, but you can grab a hold of the sword that is in your being.
If she's not solid at all, then when I push past the blade, I get eventually past the hilt, and then I fall forward because she's not stopping me.
She's kind of like going with you. It's like she cannot let go of the hilt.
Right, but the hilt can pass through the cavity in my body, and then I would be on her arm, but she is ethereal, so I would pass through.
Through the little wingy bits? That's usually a stopper, isn't it?
I mean, I don't know what type of. You're saying it's got like a hand guard on there? Probably not then.
Yeah,
Probably
yeah.
not.
You're not gonna slide through. It's got
like
a hand guard. I was like, no, it's got a hand guard. You're good. You're not gonna slide all the way through, but you can definitely hold her in place. If that is your intent.
That was my intent, and I rolled the nuts, so even bigger than my dreams could ever have hoped for.
With high success, you can even like hold the sword in your hand, and with her movement slow, she can't do much. She's terrifying.
I'm very afraid.
You're very afraid. You don't really want to move closer, but like some of your magic is allowing you to like push through it, even though that's not how frightened works. But you know, you didn't use that spell entirely. flavor of it all, I guess.
I didn't come to her. She came to me, and now I can't leave because I'm stuck to her.
Yeah. You are both stuck here together. It'll be her turn. It's going to be high impact. This seems to be her magic is coming from this sword. She will continue the draining upon Axel. However, with your hand where she usually holds the sword, the drain seems to slow down. As trying to think of how this would work, because that's a 1 plus her thing makes it a 2 is no success and has a consequence.
I'm saying that I'm closing my eyes and I'm trying to suck the life out of her. I'm trying to drink through her straw.
You're trying to drink through her straw and pull her energy back, either into the sword, into you, into some being, and she kind of like exclaims.
I tell you what I'm. Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
No,
I'll tell you what
like
I'm
it.
channeling it into. Slowly, over the course of 1 minute, I'm channeling that energy into my book, and one page falls off, goes to the side, and it starts to make a rune. You guys remember?
You remember that spell you tried using before?
If I live for a minute, you're stuck in here with me.
Yeah, no, she's stuck with you. It is a battle of will and controlling goop. And outside, the fire rages on, Mac. You don't see Axel come, and the fire is consuming the forest.
Good. All
And
right.
it's getting hot.
So here's what I would like to do. Yeah, I fear nothing. What I would like to do is I would like to take a small moment and say, me, listen, this has been great, but this is the part where you leave. You're not going to want any part of this. And then I'm going to look upwards. How far up is that? Like, obviously there's mushrooms and stuff, but like 20, 30 feet, 40 feet, what are we looking at?
Are you looking at the mushrooms from where you came from, or the mushrooms further out?
I just need to get up to that so I can, just so I can get back up to the steps, because I got to check on Axel. This isn't working for me.
You can get back up the steps. Some of them are 5, 10, 20
I'm just
feet tall.
asking the distance. Okay,
yeah.
great. So I have rabbit hop, which allows me to jump 15 feet. What I would like to do on my turn is I would like to, and I'm going to consider this my Hail Mary. I would like to get to the top. I'm obviously going to take in what is happening with Axel. And I would like, and I get there's no mechanic for this, so narrative, here we go. I have currently, here's what I'm holding, 3 level 1 spell slots, 2 level 2 spell slots, and lots of magical trinkets. But what I would like to do is bounce and jump, and I want to get to where Axel's being impaled, and I want Mac to put his hand on this blade and grip it real tight and use absorb elements, even though that's not how that spell works, and try to suck out of her fucking straw too.
By using all your spell slots that exist.
You can have it all.
Okay.
I'm going to just listen. I'm gonna take her curse.
Okay.
I'm gonna take her curse.
Okay, if you want to take her curse,
Yes.
it will have high impact if you are successful.
Oh, I'm gonna be successful.
Especially with all those slots and what you're trying to do, you have the spell. And absorb elements, was it a gift from Oi from that little bit, or was it from the ranger class?
No, that's from the ranger class.
Okay, making sure.
Yeah, no. From Oi, I got hold on, I don't know. Let me check. I don't know. Hold on, it might be. Let me check, because I did make notes of this, of what, because from the God's blessing is what that's called. What did I get from God's blessing? Oh, God's messenger. No, I got beast bond from that.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna do a wait, no, hold on. So I imagine I could see this being body or heart.
I would like to play heart. You're trying to take her curse.
Okay.
You're trying to save your
Hell yes.
guardian
I get
angel.
it. I'm in. All right. Let's roll 1. Okay. So that's a 4 with a +2, which is a success. Give me the curse.
So let me pull up the thing in particular so I don't do it wrong.
There's no wrong way to curse a warden, okay?
Let's see, but this is a special. You use all this magic, Mac, to absorb the girl. Pull at the strings that you can feel that are kind of lingering in your soul. A darkness that sprouted recently. It feels terrifying in the way of it's a lot of power. It feels untapped, as if you had just turned the spigot on a hose all the way up and there's no stop to it, right? And you feel this darkness go around you, consume you in a way, as this girl, she screams bloody murder.
Hell yeah, she
and
does.
Axel, you see her right in front of you. It is so pained. It so much, in fact, that she can't even get words out. And she just seems to get inhaled by the sword, like her entire ethereal being gets swooped up, bit by bit, into a thing, into the handle, the hilt that is in your front. And she disappears, the scream in the distance. But Mac, your vision turns dark.
All right, so here's my plan, and you can edit this out if you don't like it, because we are coming up on critical mass as far as like the end of the podcast. I love the concept of Matt getting to say, I already know what I want him to say, it's a couple words, and then him Final Fantasy X sinning this bitch, where, Avon, you can do whatever the fuck you want with Mac and this cursed girl together, but there's nothing more fitting for him to take on this curse and try and hold it at bay. Like a constant conflict in his life now.
Yeah.
What are other examples? Is that making sense? Like, the guy from Diablo 2. The guy that actually has Diablo. Because he has that fucking thing. He's actually Diablo, and the guy's like holding it off. Okay.
I have
Shane,
the idea of like...
Okay, cool.
You have this being stuck in this sword, and you have two wolves within yourself. One is you and one is her.
Yeah.
And they both gotta eat, brother.
That's right. So, what I imagine is, because I grabbed the blade, right, to like infuse that, and as this like power is overtaking him, he looks at Axel and just says, "Thank you." And then he begins his eternal war that he will now fight. And he's yours, Avon. You do what you will with whatever we have just created together.
Cool. I have a two-parter. Let me get Max and Axel. I'll give you a little snippet before we end today's episode. Mac, the world goes dark. Your vision, inky black. You don't see anything. You say your words to Axel as he slowly fades from your vision, as if ink is taking over your sight. And Axel, you watch him. He is consumed by shadows all around. The dark things that fled up into this room from before, they go around him, but it's more of a gentle caress, right? They don't mean any harm. You can see it within their demeanor. Sure, they're mindless beings of what you heard in stories that sap at your strength, sap at your life force, take away that everything is yours, but they don't do that to him. They cradle Mac as they quickly, in a tornado, swirl around and whisk him off in a little puddle that drops to the ground, a poof of smoke, of ink, of iridescent black goo that seems to seep into the wood and the floor below. Mac, you don't know. You don't know up from down, from left from right, but you hear a voice that calls, one that's sweet, one that tries to beckon you. But you're at war. You're a warden. You know the darkness can consume. It can scare you. But she calls sweetly. And she tells you, I'm here, my child. When you're ready, come visit. And that's where we'll end today's episode. That's where we'll close the chapter on Mac. That's where he stands. And that's where Axel waits in the wake.
Yeah, so I will say to this one, Avon, thank you for telling us this beautiful story, and thank you for giving Mac an ending that I never expected, so I appreciate that. For those of you listening, this will be the last time you hear me in an episode, and they'll talk more about that, and we'll post some stuff online as well, but, you know, we're going to shut down the podcast. And to say from a long, sappy response to that, I will say it has been a pleasure, an experience, and an honor, not only to make so many friends, but to be a part of this. So thank you, everyone, for telling me a story. Okay, well, this is where I leave.
And then he died. The end.
Yeah.
And then he died at the end.
With the ending of a podcast, we'll get to more details in the conclusion episode. Get a little bit about the rest then.
All right, we're going to go ahead and end it where it began, the Roll for Humanity. We're going to be giving back to Child's Play, which is the first charity that we rolled for, and one very near and dear to our hearts. You should know what they're about right now. Kids who need fun the most, who need games the most, who need escapism like D&D the most. They put the gaming tools in their hands to make that time easier and better for them. So we hope you'll join us in rolling. We have rolled a 3. But there's one more. There's one more Roll for Humanity coming. So strap in.
We got it. All right. Last hope, stars, and wishes. At least for Dwayne. We'll have one more coming up.
In that, I'll start. I will say stars to both of you and to Devin and all of our patrons. I'm cheating. Thank you so much for everything. The stories, the friendships, the camaraderie. I hope none of it changes. But then I will say hopes that I hope this podcast that we leave up continues to give people the support, the distraction from reality, the kind words we've heard over the years. I hope that these stories continue to give that to people even after we're done adding to it. So.
Chainsaw.
I hope that the Roll for Humanity doesn't die with the podcast. I hope that you guys want to be heroes out there still, even when you're done playing games. I know that I'm going to keep playing games in the future, and when I do, I'm going to keep telling my table, hey, this is a thing that I do, and I hope you'll join us. There's a lot of people out there who need saving, and a lot of heroes are needed, so that's my hope.
I've got stars all around. For you guys for starting the podcast and everything. It's been an honor and a pleasure and a delight. Today's episode has brought me sadness, but it has also brought me joy, especially in the sense of my players being fun and unexpected. And sometimes there's a way it plays out in your head as you try to like DM and figure out how things go and what you need to plan for. But you know, sometimes they come up with weird, wacky things, and it's been fun. It's a delight. Thank you for being great players. Thank you for being in communications with me. It's been a fun ride.
Thank you for telling me a story.
And thank you for making it with me. As we always say,
We love you.
We love you.
we love you. Bye. Axel, your life starts to flash before your eyes.